Let's talk about monitors. Now, when I say monitors, I'm not talking about computer screens. I'm talking about speakers, but in the studio, we call them monitors. You know why? Because we're monitoring what we're listening to. So, unlike, say, a Bose pair of speakers, these speakers are not designed to sound good, but they're designed to sound accurate. So, right here to my right, your left, we have a Genelec, and to your right, we have an HS8. Very different in price range as well. Let's talk about the pros and cons of both of them. First of all, what are we looking for in a good monitor? We think of a few different things. Just their frequency response is important. How flat is that frequency response? Number one. Number two, how about the transient response? The transient response refers to when something, a transient is impacted, a kick drum or a snare. How quickly can that speaker move for you to hear the dynamic at its full effect? The other thing we think about is the stereo image. So when you listen to a mix on monitors, can you pinpoint in that mix exactly where items are that you're panning? So between these two monitors, I would say Genelecs definitely have superior imaging. You can hear everything crystal clear in the image. They have an incredible phantom center. Phantom center is that spot in the middle of the speakers that sounds so real as if there was a speaker there. Now, what do these guys have good? Well, they're based a lot off of Yamaha's originally famous studio monitor, the NS10. The NS10 is so famous for its dynamics because it had a paper woofer. It was a white woofer just like this. That's why they made this one white. It's kind of a tribute. And that paper woofer would move so fast, so quickly because it was so light that as an engineer, you would know how to obtain and manipulate the dynamics because you can hear how quickly things are moving. The downside, I would say, though, is that these are not quite as accurate tonally speaking as these, but I like to make more compression decisions with this speaker or monitor and more EQ decisions with this one. Now, the low end, these were designed more for your contemporary pop, hip-hop, R&B producer, so they thump a little bit more than these. The low mid-range in these Genelecs are not ideal. When partnered with the right subwoofer, they're absolutely excellent. And there's a plethora of other monitors that you can purchase that range to more expensive than this and less expensive, and we're going to include right below a few different examples depending on your price range. And there's a lot more to know about monitors, like where to place them, how to decouple them, and we're going to get into that later. But this is just more about picking the right one for you. What type of music do you do? What's your price range and what to look out for? Get it? Got it? Good.